What's up, guys? It's Noblehawk, and today we're going to be playing Ready or Not, but I'm going to be walking you guys through how I make a kit. So, first thing, when you spawn in and you go over to the loadout space on your right and you go up to it, you will see that you have a kit that looks very similar to this. You have the Mark 18, the G19, the mirror gun, and then light body armor and all of this. So, one thing that you're going to want to do is your rifle. So, because my rifle is all kitted out, we're going to pick something that I don't run. Let's pick like this looks good, the MPX. So, let's say this is the weapon you want to run. You click it, you'll see it in your character's hands, and then if you go over here, you'll see attachments. And then modify weapons, you're going to want to click that. One thing before we continue is all of these little descriptions up here are very important and allow you to see and understand what it is you're doing. So you've got, once you click the modify weapons, you come to a table that looks like this, where you have optic, muzzle, underbarrel, and overbarrel, and a picture of your primary and sidearm. So, your optic, this is important as it is the primary way you will be looking through and firing at enemies. So, you have three options on this gun. I, on all of my guns, run the hollow sight, as it is just a sight that I'm used to. But you can pick any of these, and I recommend, if this is your first time, pick one that you think sounds interesting, take it to the range, look through it. If you don't like it, pick a different one. And then once you pick one, stick with it and try it and try to keep it on all of your guns across the board so that you always see the same sight picture all the time. The next thing is your muzzle. You have a suppressor or another suppressor. You have effects as you highlight each one. So, typically you want to pick the one with the most amount of positives, but sometimes you don't want it, as if you're going for a look build and this looks better, you can do that. Or if the extra benefit isn't worth it to you, for if it comes with another downside. So with this, your first suppressor, if we highlight it, it reduces vertical recoil, increases accuracy, and makes it suppressed. Your other suppressor, if you highlight it, reduces vertical recoil, increases accuracy, suppressed, and hides muzzle flash, which is very important if you are running night vision, as night vision can be instantaneously blinded by a flash, which if you're running night vision, that suppressor is very helpful. Then you get to your overbarrel, or your underbarrel, excuse me. And then you have three options. Each one does something different. You have your combat grip, reduces vertical or horizontal, increases your ADS speed and increases accuracy. Your angled grip reduces horizontal recoil and increases speed. And then your vertical grip only reduces vertical recoil. So the combat grip has 3, the angled grip has 2, and the vertical grip has 1. So I'd run the combat grip, as it gives more benefits that I would like for this build. Then your overbarrel, which is laser pointer, flashlight, or IR laser. Most of the time, if you're not running IR, you definitely want a flashlight on either your primary or your secondary. I prefer the flashlight on my primary so that I can, especially if I'm running a rifle, if I'm looking down a darker hallway, I can flash my light on and I can see the enemy at the end of the hallway or person at the end of the hallway and determine whether or not they are a hostile. So, as we are going to set this up for a daylight raid, we're going to do the flashlight. Then your sidearm is the same way. You can pick whatever you want here. We're just going to run the G9 because it has a good bit of options. So for your optic, you can pick either optic you want, but once you pick an optic that you like, stick with it so that you always have the same sight picture. Then you go to your muzzle where you have a compensator and a suppressor. And so with your compensator, it gives you reduced vertical recoil, reduced horizontal recoil, and reduces muzzle flash. Your suppressor increases vertical recoil, increased muzzle velocity, increased accuracy, not increased, but your weapon is now suppressed, and hides muzzle flash. So, if you are running night vision, where the muzzle flash is an issue for you, the suppressor works really well. But one thing that the compensator has that is better is that it reduces both horizontal and vertical recoil instead of increasing your vertical and not doing anything with your horizontal. So this will come into play later, but with the riot shield, which you can only shoot one-handed, having the reduced vertical and horizontal recoil is a big deal. So because of that, we're going to choose the compensator for this build. And then for the underbarrel, as I'm going to be holding it one-handed and won't be able to look down the sights, I'm going to add the laser pointer to it. So that is my primary and secondary done. And then we're going to go to the back. So you have your mirror gun, which allows you to look under doors and around corners. Breacher shotgun, which will take out enemies, or not enemies, but take out doors quickly and effectively, but is not good for combat, as it mentions. Ballistic shield, if you are running it, it's very nice as if you get shot in the back and it hits that shield, you don't take any damage. But you can also deploy it, allowing you to push a room with a lot of enemies and slowly walk through. A word of caution, if you're running the ballistic shield, make sure you crouch before using it or while using it, because otherwise your legs are exposed and can be shot, killing you. Then you have the battering ram and then the launchers. We'll come back to the launchers in a minute after we pick what grenade we're going to run. So we're going to choose the ballistic shield for now. Then you come to armor. You have 3 option choices: anti-stab vest, light armor, heavy armor. If you are just starting out or are going to be running harder raids, I would recommend running heavy armor, as it gives you the most amount of protection. It does make you a good bit slower though, so if speed is of the essence, then running a lighter armor might be important to you. But for this, because this is an intro, we're going to choose heavy armor. Then you have 3 choices for your armor material: Kevlar, steel, ceramic. Kevlar is lightweight. You're not completely sacrificing protection while running Kevlar plates, but you are sacrificing some protection from higher caliber rounds. Steel is the most protective, but is the slowest. Ceramic is in the middle. It's really good at protecting against most calibers, but um, it does make you a bit faster than steel. But if you're looking for most protection, you want steel. And then you come to your munitions. You have, in your rifle, you have AP and JHP, and then in your pistol, you have AP and JHP rounds. So AP rounds are armor-piercing rounds, which work really well against armored targets, but they do have a high chance of over-penetrating and taking out people behind them. And then you have JHP rounds, which are jacketed hollow point rounds, which on impact expand, meaning that they won't or are less likely to go through the target and hit someone else. But if the target is armored, they are very bad against that. So typically, I run AP rounds in my rifle and maybe one mag of JHP. And then I run exclusive JHP rounds on my pistol if I'm running the ballistic shield, just due to them not over penetrating. And now we come to grenades. You have flashbangs, CS gas, stinger grenades. Each one is, they're all non-lethal, but they are very effective if you are trying to clear a room with heavy enemy presence, but they all do it in a slightly different way. The flashbang just goes off and blinds and stuns the opponent. The CS gas makes breathing difficult and a burning sensation as it is like tear gas. And then stinger grenade, it disperses rubber balls to disorient and stun opponents. So the flashbang is the one I typically run, or CS gas. CS gas lingers a lot longer, so if there's a chance that other enemy forces will be approaching, or if there's a really long hallway with lots of doorways, and I want something to suppress the end of the hallway, I will use the CS gas to cover that and move forward, knowing that the enemy will be disoriented longer than with a flashbang or stinger grenade. So we're going to choose the flashbang, or we're going to choose the CS gas grenades. Then you come to your tactical, which is you have 4 options: C2, door wedge, pepper spray, lockpick gun. C2 explosives blow off doors and can stun enemies on the other side. Door wedges are used to block doors from opening. Pepper spray disorients enemies from a small distance, but only works on hit if you hit them in the face or chest. If you hit them in the legs or arms, it does not affect them. And then the lockpicking gun allows you to unlock doors quietly, which can be helpful. I run door wedges primarily due to the ability to just seal off a door and go to another door if I don't like the position that door would put me in. And then we come to headwear. You have 4 options: the night vision goggles, a gas mask, flashbangs, and the ballistic face mask. So, quick rundown: night vision goggles make sure that you don't get, or allow you to see at night, as you would expect. The gas mask protects you from gas, as expected. Anti-flash goggles protect you from being hit by flashbangs, as expected. And the ballistic face mask protects against shrapnel and some less lethal weapons. I typically run the ballistic face mask to protect against things like ricochets and stuff. If they hit off the wall next to me, they won't damage me as much, unless I'm running night vision, which is important, or I'm running gas grenades where I will run the gas mask so that I can walk through the gas. But I think we're just going to run the ballistic face mask for this. So with that, that is a brand new kit made for you guys and a walk through my steps and processes and my logic behind why I make the kits that I make. If you guys have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you have a kit that you would like me to try, put that also in the comments below. If I see it, I will do a video where I test that kit out on different missions. So have a great day. See you later. Bye.